Is our mic on? I think our mic is on.
Say it with me. I refuse to remain the same. Each day, I'm growing, learning, and evolving into a better version of myself. What I was yesterday is not who I am today, and I will continue striving to be the best I can be. The season has changed. Welcome to Unfiltered Grace. I am your host, Ntabi.
Hello, great family. Welcome to another episode of Unfiltered Grace podcast. My name is Ntabi and I am your host. And like I said on the previous video, I am riding solo. So we are heading to our second season of Unfiltered Grace, and I hope we're gonna have more guests because I feel like podcasting is great when you have a conversation with other people, right? So why haven't I had more guests in is because there has just been a transition in my life, and the change just happened drastically to a point where I had to prioritize other things. And without realizing that, eventually I'll find myself feeling anxious and feeling out of place and crying, literally crying, because this does not make me feel great. Now, I wanted to do this video not in a form of a podcast episode, but just as one of the videos on my channel. But I thought, no, man, let's have this conversation. Let's have this conversation and let's have it on Unfiltered Grace because it's unfiltered and it actually what ties in with the previous video that I did sometime in February. Actually, on the 25th of February, I remember when I recorded that video. That was 2 days after my birthday, after I had spent an amazing, and I mean amazing, weekend at Rosemary Hills. I still don't believe that I haven't posted that content yet on my channel. Like, why? Please, when I post it, love it as if you just celebrating my birthday like it happened yesterday. I don't know why I haven't posted that, but I think I know why. There's something, Grace Fam, about really experiencing something great, something that inspires you to even want to be better and greater. That inspires you to drink more. That inspires you to look at your life and look at possibilities, be surrounded by possibilities. So I had booked at this amazing villa, amazing villa, gorgeous, gorgeous villa. Oh my word. Can I just rewind? I just want to rewind. Anyway, I am not in my regular black and white, but I feel like I'm doing it an injustice, right? Let me take off this jacket, but we're not gonna stop. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. I hope my shirt does not misbehave. I hope it doesn't misbehave. Pella, we have to keep the black and white aesthetics, right? Oh, I should have kept it on. I think I looked cute with it. But anyway, black and white is the theme, okay? Let's have Stanley to give the black and white vibe so that we can balance. Anyway, where was I before I interrupted myself? That villa was gorgeous. I loved every moment of being there. Like, being in a space where you just inspired to dream more, to just want more. I remember being in that villa, every part of it, like I was imagining myself living in that kind of setup. Beautiful space, like beautiful space. Everything, like the bathtub, amazing. The shower, nice and big. The jacuzzi there, like amazing. The living room, the kitchen, big and just gorgeous. Like the bedroom, like that villa was just super amazing. It was everything that I needed for my birthday, right? And it was a beautiful experience. And I love that I did that for myself. And I think that's what I also want to share to say. You need to do something nice for yourself. You need to do something great. You need to buy yourself that one item that you like. It can be a bit pricey or whatever the case may be. But if you feel like this bag, when I'm holding it, it makes me feel a certain way, do it. Like right now, let me tell you what I've been thinking about. You see my hair? So recently I cut my hair because when I hosted my event, and thanks to my sister, sis, if you're watching, the last hairstyle you made me do, it did me dirty, girl. It did me dirty. I'll try to put a picture of the hairstyle that I did. So when I did that hairstyle, I'm telling you, I looked cute, but there's this hairstyle. There's this signature hairstyle that I started with since the year started. Actually, for my birthday. Child. Like, look at the difference. I'm sure you saw the picture, right? Can you see that hairstyle? I cannot wait for my hair to grow so that I can go back to that hairstyle because it's so gorgeous. And the way it suits me, it's just on another level. So I want that hairstyle back. So I'm going to need this hair to grow a bit faster. So the previous one that I did, it's similar to the one that I like, but what's different is whatever that they used, the glue, there was just a lot going on to a point where when I removed the happies, I had patches. Like my hair had patches because of the glue or something like that. It was just not cute. I didn't like it at all. And immediately I took a razor. So you see those razors? I think I bought them from Shein, the ones that you use for your face because they are nice and sharp. So I took a new one, and because my hair already was what on the side, I didn't have hair, so the hairstyle was just more on that. So I didn't struggle in terms of removing. Like I just shaved it all off because there was really nothing I could do. Even when I thought of, okay, maybe I'll just put the hairpiece, and no, it was just not gonna work. It was a mess. Okay, it was a mess. Like it was not working out. So I literally shaved it all off. But now I miss my hairstyle. I mean, short hair suits me. Listen, face cut never declines. I always say, "Mau muhle umuhle." When you are gorgeous, you're gorgeous. Short hair, long hair, cheese cop. Listen, when you're gorgeous, child. Like when you are beautiful. Ga o le montle, o montle. Period. And that's on. Do people still say that? Does it? Is it still relevant? That's on period. That's on pearl. Whatever. Anyway, like I was saying, when you're gorgeous, whether you have hair or not. But how I miss my old hairstyle. Like I cannot wait. Like that hairstyle made me feel so great, so good, and all of that. And that's what I was pointing out, that do something that makes you feel great and all that. If a certain hairstyle makes you feel good, and when you look in the mirror, you feel yourself. Listen, I feel myself, okay? No doubt about that. But I get bored with short hair. Like I literally get bored. It's like I don't even know what to do with it anymore. I don't have my relationship with hair. It's like there's no attachment. I can literally decide I want to cut my hair and all that. But after I did that hairstyle, child. Anyway, can this hair grow? I want to get back to that. Okay, enough about that. Um, that was a beautiful experience, by the way. So, where was I going? You see, I went on and on. I went on and on, but my whole point here was that the beginning of the year, I just found myself, actually in December, found myself out of work, and I was down and out. But that did not stop me from rebuilding or starting over. All right. Now, let me tell you the things that I've been doing. So, obviously, I've been applying. Like almost every day, you apply. And the anxiety of just applying often and then nothing happening is just not great, or getting rejected is not great. I'm not going to go on and on. I think I talked about this so much. Now, recently, I became a female Uber driver. Mm-hmm. Yep. I became a female Uber driver. If you have not catched up on the 2 videos that I've shared, you're more than welcome to check them out. Um, I'll probably leave one at the end of this video so that you can go watch it. So the first one was just chatting about my first day as an Uber driver, and the second one is the earnings, how much I made. And the third one, because I think I did 3, the third one was on the requirements for you to start and be a part of Uber. If you're interested, you're welcome to check them out. Right? So this is the second month doing it. I didn't anticipate that month 2 I'll be feeling so anxious. In actual fact, I think the third week I was just feeling anxious, and I was like, no, God, no, girl, I'm just a girl. I don't want this. Like, can I just have soft? Can I have it soft? Can I have it, you know? And the reality is that God was like, child, you have to toughen up. That's how I felt. Or every time when I would cry, I would be emotional. The tears wouldn't even come out. I would just, like, they would just dry up. And it was as if God was saying, toughen up. Toughen up. There's no time to cry. So honestly, the driving Uber, I mean, there's nothing wrong with driving, but the anxiety of having different people in your car. I mean, the 2 months has not been bad. I haven't experienced anything bad or something like that. But to be honest, I've just been feeling off. And not because I'm ungrateful or I'm not honoring this season, but to honestly be real about how I've been feeling. There would be other days where, no, I'm happy to have people on board on my car, like Jesus. Like this week, I'm the happiest because I haven't been driving this week. The whole week, I can't even believe that tomorrow is Friday. Like the whole week, I haven't driven. So, yeah. And I don't even feel bad at all. I feel good because I feel like I needed that. I really haven't been feeling great. Also, recently, I got involved in a hit and run. Someone hit my car and decided to run away. And that time, I had a client in the car, right? And in as much as it was just a little scratch, but that scratch obviously left a few scratches on my car, even though it was not badly damaged, no dent. I mean, yeah, it was not dented or anything like that. But that, yeah, it really triggered me a bit because I started thinking about the fact that I'm still looking for a job. Nothing is coming. And then should anything happen to my car, it means that a part of my income is just going to be affected because in as much as I'm doing my design work, I also need the money from Uber, right? And I started thinking, what if the worst happened? But it didn't. And there was that thing in my heart that kept saying, but it didn't. The worst didn't happen. So that's okay. I just want to tell you what happened that day. Before I actually took a trip or started taking trips, that early that day, I started like a sister, a friend, and a colleague because or should I call her a client? Yeah, she's my sis, man. She's my sister. I confide in her a lot. She's just super amazing. She owns a salon and she has a prayer garden, right? So on that day, I had to go fetch something from her salon. But before I left, I went to the prayer garden to pray. And after praying, I started working. So with the incident where it was a hit and run, I honestly feel like that prayer really played a role. And I'm grateful that I got to do that. And I'm grateful that the worst didn't happen. Now, you probably want me to go into detail as to what happened. I'll try to summarize it, but this video is not about that. So the summary is that I was dropping off a client. It's I think it was Pretoria. What I know is that it was closer to Mamelodi. I don't remember the location exactly. It was closer to Mamelodi. Probably about 15 minutes away from Mamelodi, right? But it was along that. So you can imagine. There's a bit of traffic, robots are not working, we are by the circle, there's just commotion, lots of cars and all that. This car, I was about to turn into the circle, right? But you're trying to be careful so that, cars that are also coming and we giving each other spaces and all that. This car randomly came from the back. Clearly the person was impatient. I don't even know if it was a lady or a man. I don't know if they were drunk or they stole the car. I don't know, because I didn't even get to see them. They just flew over the circle, and then that's when they scratched my car and then drove off. And at that moment, I looked at it. It was a double cab. I looked at it. I just remember the color. It was gold. It's a gold, or goldish. I just remember I didn't even get to pick up the number plate. That's how fast it ran off. I don't even know what happened further up because there was just so much traffic going on. A part of me at that moment was like, run after this car, like drive after it. And I was like, but number one, I don't usually work in the Pretoria area. So I'm like, I'm not even familiar with this site. So if I'm going to chase this person, I don't even know if they are armed and all of that. So my safety, and also I have a client in the car. So that's another thing. So I had to quickly hoosa, right? After doing that, I had to go drop off the client. Devastated as I was, because it shocked me. But here's the thing with me. When an incident happens, I don't react immediately. I start feeling it a few minutes later. So after dropping off the client, I decided I'm going to switch off the app, get into the highway, drive home. That's when it hit me, and I called my brother, cried, and started telling him that this happened. Like, why did it have to happen? All of that. And then I called one of the girl pals, who is a friend as well. And I happened to have spoken to her that day. Actually, I was with her in that morning. Was it that morning? Or the previous day or something. So she immediately came to mind, and then we started having a conversation. And then I called her and all of that. So, but after all of that, I kind of felt better, but came home, I was numb and all that. Okay, fast forward, that triggered me a little bit. I thought I was over it the next day when my dad told me that, no, take handy and a sponge, just scratch the car, and just use it on the car, it will be fine. And it was fine, and I felt so much better. Like, I continued the next day, I continued, like, I worked, and then I was fine. But as days went by, I just started feeling anxious, dragging to go and do the work and all that. And this is not me sounding like I'm ungrateful to do this job, or I'm ungrateful of the season that I'm in. It's not that. It's just the reality of how it makes me feel at times. Like, I'm not used to having strangers in my car. Didi is not used to having just random people getting into the car. And no disrespect to my clients. I've gotten amazing clients and I'm grateful for that. But, sometimes you feel that way. Or sometimes I would just feel like I don't want to do it. And also it's tiring. It's like you always have to watch your back and all of that. So it hasn't been great. But I want to touch a little bit on really the importance of not giving up. I know I went on and on with this video, and the whole topic here was the power of starting over. The power of starting over is to not start when you can see that the results are clear or the light is clearer, but it's starting while you are in the waiting season. And the waiting season for me, it's a place of warfare where you have to be at war, you have to pray, you have to constantly like keep your faith on another level. And for me, I think this year alone, I got to do that for myself where like I was unshakable. I was untouchable in terms of faith. I felt like, listen, no one is going to convince me otherwise. God is amazing. God has done great things in my life. He continues to do great things. You're not going to convince me otherwise. And even now, with all these trials, you are not going to convince me otherwise. My God is amazing. Like, He's an amazing God. He's just been great. Yes, even through these challenges, He continues to be great and He continues to show up. So, without a doubt, I'm grateful that I can still be able to have this conversation and share with you how this is making me feel, right? But now, recently, there's a guy who got burned. He got shot and burned at Maponyamo, an Uber driver. And the sad story is that he was only starting in Gauteng. So if you didn't watch that, if you haven't heard about it on social media, on the news and all of that, let me give you a brief story. So recently there was a guy who I think he was picking up at Maponyamo. And usually taxi drivers don't want people to pick up there. So what had happened was, I think he was waiting for clients or riders to go into their car, and then the taxi drivers came from wherever they came from, and then they shot. There were two cars actually. So I think the other one from the other car was able to run off, to get out of the car and run off, I think. But this guy who was the Uber driver, he got shot, and then they actually set his car alight. The two cars, they were set alight. So meaning he got shot and then they burned his car and burned him while he's inside the car. So that was quite terrible. And, also thinking about that, like you're doing this business, which is quite risky. This just like you always have to watch your back and all of that. And it didn't make things easy for me to feel like, okay, let me go work and all of that. But now, as I wrap up this video, the power of starting over is that there is something that we're able to do. I was catching up on DJ Zentle and Lebo Lion's video earlier. I think I was watching it for the second time now. And DJ Zentle was saying that, and coincidentally enough, even Somizi's video earlier, let me tell you about DJ Zentle. DJ Zentle was pointing out that, when you're going through something, have faith that even if you're going through a season, it will pass. Even if you're going through a situation, have faith that you will pass through that season. And she was referencing to a season of her life where she experienced something, and during that time, as she was going through all of that, she kept the faith, knowing that, this is just a season, it will pass. Yes, I might not know how it's gonna pass or when, but I know for a fact that it is not gonna be like this forever, right? Now, there's something that Somizi said, which for me as well felt like, yeah, I really needed to hear this, right? Somizi shared a little bit about his season where he lost it all, where he lost his millions, and then he was broke for almost 3 years. And throughout that 3 years, there was a time where he would have to go buy, did he say Ibindori Kilan? Is a 12 rand or something. And where he would have to buy that and then try to divide that into 4 meals so that he can have like 4 meals, so that, and he mentioned something like to get something that he can eat so that he can at least be strong for the new season that is going to come. So in a nutshell, as he was going through this season, he did not give up on himself. So he found ways to remain strong, to strengthen the body, to strengthen himself so that when this season passes, it finds him all right. Now, it also made me think that, you know what? I mean, I've been going through this season of losing my job and having to wonder if I'll be able to cover my rent, having to wonder if, okay, I'll be getting business on IL Designs. Please, guys, support my business. You guys can see that I need you more because I'm not getting any employment. And because I've run my business part time, I have not scaled it enough so that it can really function full time. But I believe that maybe this is a sign that it might just be. Maybe that's where the power of starting over is. Maybe something, a miracle is going to happen out of all of this. I believe, right? So what basically as I'm going through this season, I'm not supposed, what Somizi was saying to me was that I'm not supposed to break, or I'm not supposed to relax and not show up for myself and not work out, not take care of myself, not, do the best that I can just because I'm in a season. I need to continue to show up. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm showing up for my business now. And, some things happen for a reason. I had to clean out my social media, my business social media, and I realized that, girl, you have kept old content there, content that at this point is not relevant anymore. So I guess it had to take such a moment for me to start looking at that and fixing all of that, right? That's the power of what? Starting over. So that's basically that. And I'm super grateful to God that in this season, as I'm going through all of this, he keeps revealing what needs to be done, and he keeps giving me the power, the courage to keep going. I mean, it's almost 9:30. I was working throughout the day, and I know I could have started earlier and went out for my walk or my run, but there's no way that I'm not meeting my discovery target for this week. I'm gonna go for a run, for a 30 minutes run. Just saying. That was out of context, but yeah, after this video, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run 30 minutes, and so that I can meet my target for, yeah, because this week was quite busy for me. Anyway, in a nutshell, real fam or graced fam, yeah, it's been a while. Grace fam, I felt the need to share this with you, that this power is starting over, and just because you're going through seasons doesn't mean like it's all over or it's hectic or whatever. I mean, in as much as I vent, I mean, I was even venting on my TikTok, because that's where I can randomly pick up my phone and record without thinking twice, right? And some of the messages that I got, like, you guys were just, sending warm messages, and I appreciate that. And having said that, please note that it's not like I'm losing it, or it's not like it's bad, like I'm not showing up. I continue to show up either way. I'm venting because it's good to talk about it. It's good to take it all out. It's good to express how you're feeling. After that, you get up, you try again, and until something happens. And I believe that something's gonna happen. Like DJ Zintle said, the situation or whatever that you might be experiencing, it's just the season. It will pass, and when it passes, it has to find you ready, and it has to find you with so much faith, where your faith is on another level. So that's where I am now. So yeah, I hope this video spoke to you somehow. I hope there's something that you can take from it. And yeah, if you have anything to comment or share, any opinion, any advice, any requirements for my services that I'm offering as a designer. Oh, busy people are opening doors. What's happening? You're more than welcome to contact me. Yeah, visit my website, ildesigns.co.za. Let's work, because the only way I will get out of whatever this season is for me to keep working, keep going. All right? I wish you nothing but the best. I don't know what you are going through, but may you stand firm in prayer and faith and trust that all things are working together for your good. Okay? Stay smiling. I hope I wasn't all over the place. Even if I was, some things are not uzwile ka sona. You took something out of this video. You lie, you took something, you know, right? Cheers for now. Remember that the season has changed, and maybe, just maybe, this is your season to turn things around. Hey. Okay, bye bye.